Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're play testing Ars Notoria. In yesterday's video I had some problems with crafting items, and I found out what the issue was. Is when I go to the build command and you go down to any one of these categories, let's go to this category. What happened is the game changed the radial to only look for rare buildings. And I needed to be under the common. And after leaving the game and going back into the game, it fixed that issue. So I have been able to make these items. And what I've done is I've made this little hobo town behind this NPC's house. So if I go to M, these buildings here are NPC buildings. But because the game designers have not given us a marker for our camp, you don't really know where it is. You got to remember where it is. So I decided I was going to put my camp behind this guy's house so that I know on the map where I need to go to. A lot of games will, depending on what you put down, or you could just mark this as base 1, base 2. It allows you just to mark the map. If I were to right click here, and they would let you ping it and say camp 1 or forward camp base 1. And then this way you know where it is instead of having to remember. Now, what's great about the game is the amount of detail that they allow you to do here. See, I built the campfire, and then I was able to put this pot and timber thing above it, giving me 2 more slots for cooking. A lot of games do this a different way. They have 2 different objects in 2 different locations. They usually do a basic campfire and they do a stove. Here, what they've done is they kind of allowed you to combine the 2, and I'm actually going to rebuild it. If I think that would be the easiest way for me to show it. So I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go to the campfire. So in most games, when you put the basic campfire down and you go to then cook in it, which we're going to do here, you only have got 1 cook slot, which allows you to only to cook simple things. But when you put the pot on top of it, it gives you 2 cook slots, so it allows you to dabble in mixing ingredients. So you can put the mushroom in, and then you can put the apple in, and then what you can do is hit cook, and that's going to produce whatever it produces. And in this case, it unlocked roasted forest mushroom. So now when I go into my inventory, I should be able to consume that. I think it's going to be a dish. So I got a salad there. Oh, there it is. Right. I think that's what this is. I made 2 of them. So now if I consume that, I get the bonuses from that meal. It's really, I like the way they've done the interface here. I didn't realize when I was looking for making my sawmill, I would assume it would be under construction. No, most of your benches seem to be under the harvest radial. So go under the harvest, and then here they are. So what I did first was I went here, I made the sawmill. We'll look at that in a moment. I then made the tar kiln. I have not made one of these debarkers, and I have not yet made the tar storage. But I have made these other storage capacities. And what they've done with this game is every time you make a storage chest for the type of item or the type of thing you want to store, it just increases the global storage. So when you go around cutting trees down, it'll eventually say you can't carry anymore because your storage is full. What happens is, I'm going to go on I here and go to resources. When you first start the game, I think your storage might be 20. Well, my storage right now is 60. Maximum storage is 60 for the softwood, only because I've put in these chests down that are in front of me. And how you build those is you go to harvesting, go to this, and then you would, if I had the logs, I would be able to make this log storage. But for example, I've got enough of the lumber of the milled or the ones that I've cut in the sawmill to make another storage for this. Now, if you want to, depends on what you're putting down. If you want to change the direction, you move your character around to change how the thing might be facing. So if I moved it around, And in a lot of games, it's under you do Q or E, or you use the middle mouse button and it rotates the asset. In this game, you just walk around it. So now my maximum capacity for the lumber should have increased. If I go to resources, I think it was 90 before, and now it's 120. So it's not like you have to go to these storages and put your stuff in. It just allows you to go out at a longer time to collect the items without your storage getting full, and then having to make those items into something else. I mean, because what it is if your storage is full, then you should go back to your crafting benches and get them all filled back up. And what I mean by that, let's go up here now that I got some lumber in my hand. These crafting benches, I've got the tar one going. See, it's got 0. It's got 0 at 10, and it can hold 10. And if my storage was full, if my softwood storage was full, I just come here and at least dump 10 in here and get this device working. Now, this tar mill caps out at 10. So you've got to pull those items into your global inventory down here. And then that's going to get full too, because if I don't make let's go find it here on the tars here. So I'm now maxed 30 out of 30. I can't make anymore. Well, I can make more. I just won't be able to pull it out of this workbench until I make a storage. Same thing that goes with, see the lumber, the soft lumber here that I've made. I capped it out 10. So I've got to drag that here, but that goes into my maximum storage, and I don't have any. So I'm going to have to go do some wood chopping here shortly to get these things to go. But what we're going to need to do next is make I don't think it's under that. We're going to need to make yeah, it's right here. Tar storage. We need to make this, but that requires, it looks like it requires the melting of the iron into ignits. And I think that's going to be under this radial. Yes, it is. And I haven't made this yet. So under this minor radial, under the harvesting category, you can now make, they call it the bloomery. Well, I would call it an iron forge. But it makes the iron ignits you need. And you need those iron ignits to make the tar storage. So we're going to have to go out here. I think the best thing to do is just to go out and harvest trees right now, because I'm going to need lumber. And the other thing I wanted to point out to you here while we're here, go to I and go to skills. Now, you've got multiple categories under skills. You got your combat skills that are, and I got 2 points to spend in the sword, so I might as well do that. Assign these 2 points. I'll take this. I'll take this. Now, I have found that skilling in this game is quite fast. It doesn't take much. I mean, I've only been playing the game less than a couple hours, and I'm halfway filling the sword skill tree. And I don't know if there's like a tier 2 part of this or a tier 3 part of this that makes it long, but it'd be disappointing to know in like another hour I've just capped all of this and there's not much more to do with that. I know it says I'm only level 6 out of 100, but yet I as you can see, I've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 abilities already. The same thing that goes with when I was looking at the harvesting category here, and we go to wood cutting. I mean, I've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slots. I've only got 3 more to unlock. And again, I'm like just barely playing the game. So I don't know if this was put in like you get a lot of experience because we're in testing and they did it this way so that for testing we could just push into these things, and that the real game it's going to take a longer amount of time to fill this in. I mean, I have not been playing that long, and it seems like I filled this skill tree for the wood cutting really quick. But again, they might have a tier 2 portion or a tier 3 portion that I don't understand. That maybe I need to fill these 3 in before it says, oh, now go to the next tier. I don't know. I mean, I'm just into this, just starting it now, and you know, it just seems like it's been really quick in filling those skill trees up. I have not played that long. As you've been watching my videos, I mean, I've been fighting some bugs, with this game. And when I was finding bugs, globally effective bugs, meaning that there were bugs that I was finding that was like, okay, when they fix this, I'm going to have to start over anyway. Then I stopped playing. So they've got to the point where they fixed quite a bit. I got back on today and I figured out the crafting issue I was having before, why I couldn't craft things. And then I just started playing. So here we are. I mean, I don't think I've got more than 40 minutes into this game after last night. So I think I might have a total of 2 hours in the game. Now, when you unlock the tools, when you come up to these items, you have to hit the E command to get the right tool into your hand. And then each harvesting tool gives you a tech tree. And see, I just got another level up point. And like I said, I think this is kind of, they're giving it to me quick. I mean, so if I go to quarrying, that's where I just picked up another point. Assigned point allows collecting fuel from deposits using the sledgehammer. Okay, so I'll just take that. Okay, so what I've done is I've already filled up this side. I haven't done much quarrying. I mean, it's not... stone was not something that I really needed right off the bat. That you can make a stone cutter or something that makes your stones in the blocks. But I figured I didn't need to get there yet because I was just doing the basic stuff. Here's another one. What I don't like about this is that these assets don't have an indicator of where you're at. Even if it was, see, I got another point. I mean, that's how crazy this is. I'm just getting points every time I'm just advancing so quickly. And I don't know if it's because it's a testing environment or not. But I'd like to know if there's a percentage bar that we can see on these items, or a hit point bar that we can see on these items, or a progress bar, so that okay, you're doing damage to the object, and you know how long you're going to be here for. I mean, I know that might be taking you out of immersive, but maybe it's a server thing that we can choose, that we see hit points on nodes, or percentage of nodes while you hit them. I don't know. I mean, it seems like a lot of games have that. So I'm going to go to I'm going back to skills. I'm going to go to, what was I doing there? I was doing quarrying. We had already just dumped a point. We got another point to spend. What's this one? Additional fuel can be found when breaking the stone. Okay, so I guess we'll take that one. So we'll keep on going. All right, we got some rats here. We're going to put the sword in my hand. Combat is a lot easier now than before, because I've put quite a bit of points into the sword. It's like insta kill here, and I'm playing the hard mode. I'm on hard mode world. I like the jump there. You look like, oh, it's like a Spider-Man jump. It does. It just, I mean, a lot of games don't have your legs spread up like you're coming down like a vulture or an eagle. I mean, it's kind of new. It's kind of neat. So I need this iron. So I got to pull the pickaxe out. And again, it's just hitting E, and it changes the tool that you need for the job. See, I just hit that, and I got a point for that too. So it's like, is this a game of me just going into my skill bar and just assigning skill points? I mean, this just seems like it's really kind or very rewarding quickly. It's like we're filling these tech trees up quick. All right, we're gonna go down here. Here's another stone. I'm just going to continue just picking up these nodes so that we have enough resources when we get back to our hobo camp behind that NPC's house. He's probably going to call the sheriff. I got some guy squatting in my backyard. It's like, well, yeah, you do. And I've got node location off. See, I got another skill point. And I'm finding these nodes just fine. I mean, All right, so where we want to put a point. At this point, I'm not even looking at what. I'm not even reading these skills. I'm just going to picking one because at this rate, I'm going to have them all filled in. I mean, it just I'll read them later on and what gives you what skill point gives you what. I mean, obviously it's I don't want to deal with that bear. Get away from me, dude. No bear. I can't forget about the ones that are on the ground that you can just pick up. So I got another skill point. Oh, I hear that bear coming. Or I hear something near me. Oh, he's over there. But I can hear him stepping from way over here. The game. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can hear him stepping like the Hulk. I mean, I'm surprised he's not shaking the earth. All right, so let's just go down this way. All right, so this is a house I haven't explored yet. This is a new house that I haven't unlocked yet. Anything in here for me to... No, nothing really in here for me to... That's kind of disappointing. I mean, it'd be neat if there was like a cellar you could go into, or you had to do a jumping puzzle to get to the roof and find something. Some games have that parkour stuff. They have like things that... Or in an area where you got to kind of parkour to the loot boxes or to resource. Here I go. Wow, this game's about just scaling up, I guess. I mean, obviously it's about scaling up, but this is quick. This is. I mean, like I said, I'm not even bother reading these things or what vigor will give me. I just go. I mean, at this rate, I mean, I'll have it filled in. So let's try to make our way back to camp. Camp is going to be up here where my mouse is. So we'll go forward a little bit here, get behind this house, and then we'll just go back up and see what we can build. I mean, this game is, now that they've done these bug fixes, this game is playing a lot cleaner. It really is. There's just some quality of life things that they could work on, but again, that's back end stuff. Like get the product working, right, and then worry about the housekeeping. When I used to test on Frozen Flame and Riven World, that's what I would always tell them. I'd give them like, I would tell them this report is housekeeping, so put it on your lowest priority, but it might be something you want to consider. And then I would tell them, okay, this is a major thing. Pay attention to this. You need to fix this. Because housekeeping things can wait. Quality of life things can wait. Get the core game working. And then we'll talk about the percentage on the nodes or the hit points possible on the nodes. But, I mean, it's just housekeeping stuff. Quality of life stuff. And people do like that, quality of life stuff. I mean... Some people are really into, everything has to make sense, everything has to be perfect, or they won't play. And there are people like that. I've got gamers in my gaming circle that are like that. They never play test anything. Even I'll ask them, come play test with me, and they're like, no, I'm not going to go work for free. I mean, that's how they look at it. I'm not going to work for free, and it's like, and it's not like my progress is going to be saved. And it's like, well, obviously your progress isn't going to be saved because you're in a testing, it's not open, but that's how they feel about it. Is they rather not spend their time testing. They want to just play the game, and they only want to play the game when it's perfectly been, out for a year. Again, I understand that when people are paying money for something that they want to make sure that the product is, $20 or $40 or whatever this game's going to cost. It could be a lot of money for some folks. You know what I mean? And that's. I used to have a guy. I said this a couple times on my channel. I used to have a guy that would play video games with me, and I felt so bad because every time he I would bounce from one game to another. So like $10, $20 games, I would just buy them and play them. And he wanted to play with me. And he was like, I'm eating ramen noodles tonight. I'm like, dude, didn't you eat ramen noodles yesterday? He's like, I have to because, I bought this video game. And it was like, wow. The game was like $20. So, at one point what I did is I sent the guy a $100 gift card. I'm like, dude, you just don't go and spend your whole crap on games that I'm moving on to. Here's, here, let me at least pay for them, because I felt bad, because he was trying to play games with me. He enjoyed playing games with me, and it was like he obviously couldn't afford my gaming habit, where I went and played a game for maybe 6 months, and then I moved on to another game and then another game. And for some people that can be a little bit too much money. And in this case, a guy was eating ramen noodles every night because he couldn't afford a real meal, but his priority was playing video games with Tarkus. I was like, oh, dude, here's a $100 gift certificate for GameStop. Next time you buy a game, use the gift certificate. I don't want to hear you smacking on ramen noodles over Discord, because that got annoying too. It's like the guy didn't use push to talk, and so anytime he did something, his mic would activate, and him chomping on those ramen noodles, it was like 100% worth giving on $100 so I didn't hear him slobbering over his mic, those damn ramen noodles. All right, so we're just trying to get back to base camp here. Come on. I like energy bars and stamina bars in a game, but it does make the harvesting process take a little bit of time. And I got the rabies still. If you guys didn't notice, I'm at stage 3 rabies. What the heck? The game that keeps on giving. They're giving me another skill point. I guess I'll just take the next one in line. I mean, I don't think we can double up on the points. Okay, so we need to go up this road here. I don't think you can double up on the points at this level where, like with Diablo, when you pointed, it had like 5 or 6 different levels. Like if you took a basic skill and instead of spending your new point into a new skill, you could actually double up on the skill and it gave you better outcomes. I don't think that's the case with this game. All right, here's my hobo shack. All right. And let's see what we can get. Let's get some lumber going. Pull some. Oh, I thought I got more trees than that, but I guess I didn't. So let's get that going. Now I've got a bunch of that iron. So let's see what I can do under the build interface. I don't think. Okay, I can now build the bloomery, which is what we needed to get. Oh, this thing's huge. That's what she said. All right, so I guess, like I said, to turn it to where you want to face it, you just move around. See how the arrow is moving? So that's how you move the items around before placing them. I have not seen... What the hell? It's not there. Look. Look. It's not there. Did it go up? Did it get placed up in the sky? No. But you can see the circle. See the circle on the ground? You can see the circle where it was placed. All right, let's see if it took... I think it took the resources, so I'm going to have to go get those resources again. That would be under harvest. Let's see here. Maybe not. Maybe it just did not place it because something else was in the way. Okay. And now it's telling me I don't have enough resources. Oh, you see a double stamp circle now. Look at that. There's a circle here and the backside of a circle here. So I did place those. And it looks like now I don't have the materials to place the third one. No. So it used up all my materials to place 2 down, and I don't see either one of them. All right, well, that's no big deal. I mean, that's just part of the testing process. It could be the fact that I was too close to this guy, or I was too close to this bush, but who knows? But overall, this is going smoothly. I'm thinking that if I log off and log back in, those might be there. I won't make you guys watch that process. What I'm going to do is I'm going to probably take a break here for a little while, come back in, hope that those items are here. If not, then I'll just go collect some more resources to try to make another one, and maybe I'll come try to put it over here. But I'm going to do another video later today, a little bit more progress with this. But overall, it seems to be running smoothly. I'm enjoying the assets, like the crafting radials and the assets. Like, I mean, when I say assets in the game, I mean like these benches, how they work, how they perform, and the fact that it looks like you can upgrade them by making that. Like making this debarker, it increases the processing speed of the common lumber and tar. So it looks like if you can connect these debarkers to the actual benches so that they perform better. So I think that is genius. All right, well, thank you for joining me, and this has been the Tarkus Zone.